Excuse me, lady, are you looking for the Mackey's mobile?
No.
All aboard. So guys, just before we set off on our drive, I just want to mention a few more little I can't say that word, why am I even trying to say it? A few more I can't say it. Right guys, today in this video you join me with this Mark 8 Fiesta ST Performance Edition, and I'm going to tell you why I think it is one of the best hot hatches money can buy. So this is a 1.5 3-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 200 brake horsepower, and you're looking at around 290 newton meters of torque, which will take you to 0 to 62 in 6.5 seconds. So with this 200 brake horsepower, you're looking to do 144 miles per hour at top speed, but it's been proven by Levi LC Wraps, who owns this car, it does do more than that. So the ST Performance Edition came with these 10-spoke 18-inch alloy wheels, which actually save 7 kg over the standard ST wheel. Also, compared to the standard ST, the Performance Edition comes with some coilovers, Ford Performance coilovers, with 12 clicks of bump and 16 clicks of rebound, which allows this car to be extremely customizable for the track or any day driving. So the Ford Performance Edition does come in deep orange, and as you can see from this example, it has been wrapped by Levi, obviously for his business. It now sits in Avery Dennison Fun Purple. So the Performance Edition is only 600 examples made for the UK market. After the ST Performance Edition, they did bring out a new model, which was the ST Edition, which was the Azura Blue, and they only made 300 models for the UK market, which is half of what this is, so it makes that an ultra rare car. So what we're going to do now, we'll do a little walk around to tell you what modifications are on this example. So obviously if there's some modifications you guys like to do, you can take some inspiration from this build. So we'll get straight into it now with the first thing. This specific car is wrapped. It has upgraded discs and pads. It has upgraded rear discs and pads to match the same size as the front discs. It has an upgraded Mountune exhaust back box. It has some tasty Mountune mud flaps. It also has this very nice carbon fibre ST gear knob. And finally it has Mountune mats, which I apologise, they're very dirty. Levi uses this as a workhorse. So guys, we'll now come on to the interior of this Performance Edition. Now, it's actually a really nice place to be. These ST Recaro seats are so comforting, they're also heated. It comes with a heated steering wheel, which is obviously good for the winter time. It's got a heated front windscreen, helps with the defrosting. It's got this touchscreen entertainment system here. Like, it's good, it's very responsive, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of that type of setup. That's why I went for my TT. It doesn't have anything on the dash like that. It also comes with a B&O speaker system, which is actually a very good system. The sound quality is really good. It comes with these Ford Performance kick plates. Same as the normal ST, the Performance Edition is front wheel drive, but as standard this comes with a Quaife limited slip differential, which really does help with the grip and the control of the front of this car. This thing literally turns on a dime. Also, the ST comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is obviously the same as the normal ST, and it's a really smooth gear changing box. And actually the throws are quite short, so I'm not sure if there's like a standard short shifted in this, but a lot of hatchbacks the throw's quite far, but this is really short, so it is a really nice gear change. Also, as standard, Performance Edition comes with launch control and shift indicators for obviously track use, and if you want to launch this car, it does actually work really well. So guys, it's a very practical car, and for demonstration we're going to take my good cousin here, Luke, and he's a good plump size, and we're going to stick him in the boot. Get in the boot please, Luke. Just be careful of Levi's wrap. In the boot he goes. Go on, get in there, you can get in there. Just be careful. Yeah? Watch your fingers, watch your head, watch your knees. Can we fit a fat Luke in there? Hey Luke, let's go.
I can't breathe. Hey! Fucking claustrophobic, lad.
So we'll come on to common problems with this Performance Edition now, and to be honest, on research I couldn't find any. It was actually meant to be a really reliable car. So with that, we'll come on to things I dislike about this specific model. This manual bonnet holder, something you'd get on a Peugeot. Levi's gonna kill me for saying this one. I prefer the look of the older model to this model. Personally, I think this aerial is a bit too big. I'm not the biggest fan of the 3-cylinder. Now, it is a very good, capable unit, and it is really, really fast for what it is. But when it's idling, it's got that 3-cylinder feel. So when you've got a 4-cylinder and you get a misfire, you lose a cylinder, it kind of feels like that, a bit lumpy. But they are designed to be that way, and that's how they are. And last but not least, I'm not the biggest fan on this, as I've already said. I think it's just too much, really. It's in the way. I like a nice clean dash. So we've had a little walk around and talk about this Performance Edition ST. So now we're going to do a quick sound test before we hit the road, and we'll see how it goes. So guys, just before we set off, we're going to talk about a few more figures. The weight of this car is 1,255 kgs, so it's not incredibly light. It is quite a heavy car for the size of it. Obviously you've got all this leather, these big seats, so it is going to be pretty heavy. Now, on a good drive, this car does about 40 miles per gallon on average, which again, for a car with a 200 horsepower, that's pretty decent. It has 6 gears, which helps with a good fuel consumption. And last but not least, before we set off, to tax this car is £190 for the year, which is pretty reasonable. I think that's a pretty good price compared to the Swift I just did. My Swift, that's 300, so a lot more economical, modern car, everything's more environment friendly. As for insurance costs, I haven't got a clue, I ain't gonna lie. I don't insure this car. That depends on your age, where you live, so that's just different for everyone. So guys, let's get the windows closed for you. So we're out in this Performance Edition now, and I've brought my cousin along for a good little test on what the interior's like, because he's a rather large boy, and I don't mean fat, I mean plump. So he's going to give you a little, well, I'll ask him actually.
Big boned.
What's the back like, mate? What's the, you know, how tall are you?
6 foot.
So we got a 6 foot plump man in the back. And what's the room like? Are you comfortable?
So there's a lot more room, but it does help that Abby's quite small. So
yeah,
so more like room here.
If there was a 6 foot guy next to me, you'd be a bit squashed.
I'd be fine.
Yeah, it'd be very squashed. Straight away, the first thing I noticed with this ST is the steering at lower speeds. Although it's heavy, it feels very assisted. Like you can feel it trying to pull you back, if they get me. Now we'll judge this when we go a bit faster and a bit on some back roads, but yeah, definitely. Now I'm going a bit quicker, it's a lot more heavy, so it doesn't feel as assisted. But when you're going slow, there is that feel of assist, which I kind of don't like that. Considering it's got coilovers and it's a track-based car, basically. It was built for the tracks. It's even got a race car mode. It's very comfortable. It's not harsh, it's not bumpy. Obviously it's firm, but it is comfortable. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Are you comfortable?
The seats are very comfy.
Yeah, so the seats are very comfortable. So guys, brand new, the ST Performance Edition was actually pretty expensive. 26,000 or thereabouts, maybe a bit more. Now, for a hatchback, that's pretty expensive. You are getting a lot for your money. There is a lot of features in this, as you've already seen. Comes with a lot, pretty much everything you can put in a car is in this. Now, nowadays, if you want to buy one, it's anywhere between 16.5 to 19.5. That depends on mileage. 16.5, probably going to be about 50,000 miles on the clock, and then if you're going for the higher price, it's going to be around 19.5 for like 15,000 miles. I think Levi paid around 18.5 for this specific one, and it was on low mileage. I think it was about 21,000 miles. So yeah, they've come down quite a bit in price in not a lot of time. So the ST3 model, that came in around £19,000 when it was new. So a lot of buyers were happy going with that model because it did have a lot of good features. Obviously the heated full levers and stuff like that. But yeah, people weren't really buying these because the price was pretty high. Right boys, so we're going to see now just how this car performs. It is punchy and it is bloody direct. Body roll, pretty much non-existent. The shocks are very good. Brakes, very good. There's a lot of stuff in here flying around. Now this car is very impressive. Like, very impressive. Even at high speeds, the suspension's really comfortable. That Quafe LSD is doing such a good job. The grip on the front end of this thing is bloody amazing. I wouldn't say it's the fastest thing in the world. It is quick, but it ain't the fastest car. But being the fastest car is not always what you need. Like, this thing around a track would handle beautiful. Gear changes are beautiful. I literally cannot fault the driving of this car at all. We've got quite a sharp bend here, let's see how it does. One thing I would say, back end feels a little bit light. That's what I noticed on that corner there. Like, the back end feels a lot lighter than the front. But it's not really a problem. So guys, there's a quick review on Fiesta ST Performance Edition. If anyone's looking to buy one, obviously there's a good little video to watch. But sadly, the Fiesta is no longer being made. Yes, in 2023 they announced they have stopped making the Fiesta. So examples like this, the ST Edition and the Performance Edition, probably will end up going up in price, or they will hold their value because obviously there's no more made. That's going to wrap up this video. If you found it interesting or anything I've made mistakes or anything like that you've noticed, then please comment to obviously correct me for anyone looking to buy one. And yeah, thank you to Levi for borrowing me his Fiesta ST. There's his YouTube there if anyone wants to check out the car or anything he's going to be getting up to with it. And that is my reasons why I think this is one of the best hot hatches money can buy. They were expensive new, but they're not too bad now. So yeah, thanks for watching, peace, and subscribe.